What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven here with your afternoon snap, and today we are looking at week 3 of the Snap Judgements League. I am once again playing Bullseye because I think the deck is quite good and because it did not receive any nerfs in the recent OTA. Looks like my opponent might be rocking a silver Surfer deck, potentially with Galactus. That could be interesting. I do like my position reasonably enough here with double Daken, but not enough to snap here without M.O.D.O.K or Bullseye. We draw one of those two. I will be snapping though. Dark Dimension also good. It's not really a location where we can Bullseye, but it is a really nice location if we draw M.O.D.O.K. I think we do want to snap from here regardless though. My opponent has seen either my Frigga, my Daken, or my Miek. So they've got some information about why I might be snapping right now. And they are going to accept the snap. Monster Island will also be a nice location for me because it means that I can Daken. I've got 2 locations I can Daken in. That's why I was worried and why I didn't I was like potentially thinking about not snapping, is if we got 2 locations that made Daken awkward, then I would have had to double up in one location, and that would have been not great for me. Let's see, is Lily? Oh yeah, she's right, just barely on camera right now while she's got her head up. I think I'm just going to Daken into, I guess I'll Daken in Daily Bugle, especially because my opponent probably knows about the Daken. It's a little bit awkward that we won't be able to get extra value on the collector this way, but that's also not something that is like extremely important to me. And then I think we will just Frigga and use our extra energy to play down a Blade. Yeah, I think this is going pretty well. My opponent with a turn 3 Fastos does imply this is potentially the Galactus version, which I think we're playing around fairly well with the Daken into Daily Bugle. I might even want to play more cards over here, so that way they really have trouble Galactusing. They're snapping back, and I think next turn we should be all right. There's just a little bit of a fear that they could go for Dark Dimension as well. If we have priority, it's probably fine though. I can just play Daken and then make a big Morbius. I'm a little bit fearful. Yeah, all right, they're going for a Galactus in Dark Dimension then potentially. Oh, or just a Black Panther play. I guess, I mean, I can't really play around both. I only discard 3-4 cards here for Morbius. But I think this is still enough power to beat Galacta. I guess, do I lose to a... Yeah, you can't play around everything. Do I lose to an Arnim Zola? Probably. Arnim Zola puts a 32 power Panther here. I do lose to just Arnim Zola right now. Though I guess if I Bullseye this enough, maybe it's fine. I wish I could have moved this Miek. I'm going to have way too much power over here in Daily Bugle, but I am big enough that I battle against Galactus, I think. Discarding 3 cards and then the Blade to discard 1 more, and I don't have priority here either. But that shouldn't matter, because I'll have priority afterwards. Yeah, priority doesn't actually matter here. It does mean that their Arnim Zola gets to make a bigger Black Panther before I can go for it. You know what? I think I should retreat. Keeping him sweating there at the last second. I think that I lose to Arnim Zola here, just from a 32 power Panther because I don't have priority to Bullseye the Black Panther before they can Arnim Zola it. I can't play around that and Galactus, but I think there will be better opportunities for me if we play more games. It's awkward to have to retreat to your opponent only playing that few amount of cards, but I think it was a good decision there. Nonetheless, we'll try again in this one. It's a bit of a bummer to have to retreat in a game where you found the Frigga and did some nice stuff. Yeah, definitely Surfer Galactus. This deck has beaten me for sure in the past. We don't get the collector value from Daily Bugle, but I think I'll just throw collector down here. Surfer probably not going to be super useful to me, though I can pump up my Bullseye and my Daken with it, so maybe there's some weird potential for that. All right, we are currently beating Iron Patriot. I probably just triple down and play Bullseye into Lake Hellas, make sure they don't get a discounted card there. Yeah, it seems good. How else do they battle? They could play like Brood, get up to 9. Brood beats me here. Oh, okay, sure. It's my own dang Bullseye, which they can pump up in some other ways in the future too. We certainly are just going to go for the Daken for here and now. Trying to debate if I would ever play this Scorn. The benefit of playing the Scorn would be I draw Colleen Wing and then can discard Swarm. Again, like, I'm not in love with my position. Maybe Silver Surfer Daken gives me an interesting angle, though, if I just play both of these next turn. Because then I'm doubling 6 up to 12. I'm going to stay in it for 2 cubes. See what else they got. Should be a Galacta, yep. I can now Moon Girl my Maru Masa Shard. Actually, I cannot ever Moon Girl the Maru Masa Shard because it's too far in my hand. So I think the only thing I'm ever really doing here is going Morb plus Silver Surfer. Next turn, doubling this up gives me 14 power here. Actually, I can Moon Girl the Maru Masa Shard next turn. I can even play Swarm plus Moon Girl and then discard 4 cards, which gives me a much bigger Morb as well. That's fun. So now I'm hoping to draw Blade. Or potentially still Colleen Wing. Oops, my camera froze. Should be getting a new camera like tomorrow. But for right now, we still have to deal with some camera issues. Looks like we are also having to deal with a Black Panther.
Wakanda forever.
That is quite large. But do we have the stats this game to actually battle up against a Black Panther going for a bunch of power in Daily Bugle? We win this location no matter what. If they Arnim Zola out of here, they'd have 26 power for... No, it's more than that. It's 32. I double up to 12 and then up to 24, and I've got 24, 34 total power. So this should be good enough. They could Galactus me with priority, which would lose after I flip over my next 2 cards. I think I should snap here.
Snap.
It might scare them away, and I might get 2 less cubes because of this, but I think they're in for a penny, in for a pound at this point. I'm pretty sure I activated the Bullseye. All right, that looks like a Galactus to me. Oh, it's a Kang. Dang it! This is what always gets me from this deck, is the Kang. So annoying, because now they're going to see exactly what I'm doing. Oh, that's such a bummer. All right, let's pay attention to these numbers here. Oh, we didn't actually get to see everything that the Bullseye did because of the Kang. That's really interesting. Now we've got to do it again, sweat out another turn, make the exact same play. Yeah, Kang is so good in this deck. Ah, man, that's a bummer. I mean, certainly I can't snap again here, right? And make the exact same play. The thing is, if I do just make this exact same play, I'm only discarding 4 cards. The problem is the numbers are so tight. I was getting to 34 power here up against a 32 power Panther, meaning if I put the Swarm or the Moon Girl in Lake Hellas to try to hedge, I don't have nearly the same play. And I do just lose to, like... Actually, I don't think I lose to a big card in Lake Hellas. I think I'm going to go for it. I think I'm going to snap again, too.
Oh, snap.
Let's do it. No luck's given here, baby. I don't know. I could just be missing something, and it's embarrassing that they get to make the exact same play, or that they know exactly what play I'm going to be making. Yeah, just a She-Hulk. But do I have more than... This is kind of exactly what I was afraid of. I'm going to be discarding... But you know what? The Bullseye is going to, I think, prevail. Because we're going to throw out 4 Bullseyes, and that should be enough, yeah, to make me overcome them in Lake Hellas. I was just playing around an unknown Iron Patriot card, which was a really scary position to be in, but I just had to have faith that Bullseye was going to pull out enough points. Man, okay, well now I've got a point lead, or a cube lead, but that was a sweaty game up against the Kang. Kang the Conqueror might be back. It's back in Marvel Snap, might be back in the MCU soon. I read an article, I think earlier this morning, maybe yesterday, that Kang might actually just be coming back here now. Let's morb into the unknown location. I tend to like to play a card in location 3 on turn 2 with this deck, just because sometimes it's like a lockdown location, and it's good to get in there early. Iron Patriot, I've got to make a pretty big decision here, because if I drop my Daken there or my Bullseye and I lose it, that could just be game losing for me. So I don't think I'm going to go for that. I think I'm going to go for Daken here, and I've got a pretty nice curve to be able to do that. Yeah, kind of a bummer to just let my opponent get away with a free Iron Patriot. They're going to continue to battle, so it's not exactly free, but it's pretty dang free. All right. So they get a cheap card, and we get another Monster Metropolis. That's not too terrible for me. I could see playing Frigga here, but am I ever battling for Danger Room? I mean, it feels bad to just give it up for absolutely nothing. So I do think I'm going to battle for Danger Room at least a little bit. And I can't blade the Scorn here, so I think we are just passing after that. Next turn we'll play Bullseye. Final turn, we're looking at Daken plus Colleen plus Blade plus Bullseye activation. All right. Well, at that point, I have now given up on the Danger Room, unfortunately. We are just going to play Bullseye here, and then we could Colleen Wing. That allows me to find Miek as an open draw, but I really don't want to discard the Muramasa Shard, so there's really 2 bad hits and only 1 good hit. I think we will probably just keep this as is. I could be getting Galactus right now, which would be unfortunate, but I don't think I play around that. Could just be a Panther or something too. Is it the G-Man? No, it's Kang. Okay, yeah. Kang plus Snap makes a lot of sense. I forgot. You gotta remember that your opponent, when they're playing Kang, might just be snapping just because there's no reason for them not to. Now they could be snapping because they're dropping a G-Man. And that could certainly be a little bit more awkward. Like, there's no way that they will play to this monster metropolis thinking that they're going to strand my Bullseye here, right? I always get got by the Kang mind games. But I think playing Bullseye here is a nice hedge. That way I either have Morbius and a Daken or I have a Bullseye. But I'm never going to be able to... I could maybe Daken 50-50 Colleen on this Muramasa shard and then Blade the other Muramasa shard. So, if that's the case, I need to play this here. Alright. Is this Galactus? It is. So it's Galactus, but now I get to play Daken and discard a pair of Muramasa shards, plus some other stuff to this Bullseye, giving me 6 power Morbius and then 2 Dakens that probably battle for the Monster Metropolis win. I think this should be good enough. I can't really get got that bad by like an Eliath or something. They've already used their Kang this game. No reason to snap. My opponent is already in for a penny, in for a pound here, so I think we're good. They've got a big Black Panther, but that's not going to battle up against Daken. What's their last play? Oh, they got 2 Black Panthers. Oh, that is ridiculous, but it's not going to do it here up against the double Daken. That is really funny, though. Black Panther and then an additional cheap Black Panther for 1 more energy from their Iron Patriot, but my Dakens are going to sail up and take over the Monster Metropolis, taking over the match. GG to my opponent here. But we were ultimately able to get the best of them and win with Bullseye. Yeah, not sure quite how to finish off the video there, but that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.